All right, just about done. Just about beat the sunset. Okay, so what do we got? So listen, this connection box was pretty nasty when I got here. I don't know what a whole lot of those wires are. I'm not going to work too hard to jam everything back in there. It wasn't in there to begin with. But what I did do was put in new connectors, right? See, the old connectors all broken and rusty and nasty. Okay, put in brand new connectors. Use the number 3 connector for the ground because we got a big fat wire in there. I don't know what that goes to. These are mine. These are mine. Quick question, right? You might be saying, David, why are you wiring these up? They don't have the same color. Don't the wires have to have the same colors? Very good question. The answer is that at some point they changed the tech and they changed the code so the wires are a different color. My understanding is that they wanted to be able to buy and sell with the European shook. So old wiring, right, that's one way you can tell that wires in the house are old. The neutral is black, and the 3 phases are, the hot lines, kilo, are blue, purple, and brown, right? So whenever you see a black wire, you know that it's old wiring, you know that's your neutral, as opposed to blue wire, which in old wiring was hot, and in new wiring you see is neutral. So you just got to be careful of that. Okay, what do we got? This is our outside junction box, outside luach, which of course will be covered with the waterproof cover. Okay. We have our main switch. That's the 16, right? The feed goes from the wall. So we got a green pipe inside of a tzinor. Green cable, inside of a tzinor, inside of piping. Feed in here. We got your neutral bar up here, right? The 16 amp breaker, right, feeds into this guy. Okay, that's your Klemrot pass, which is essentially the same thing as this, the connector piece, but inside the luach you need a special type of connector. Okay, and we have, this is the feed for the lighting circuit. The lighting circuit goes, right to here. Here's your contactor. And even though it's not, and we have an out, so we have the main, sub-main, which controls the lights. And we got your Shabbos clock, so you can set the lights on a timer. And we're running from the Shabbos clock into a contactor, right? Because even though it's not a very heavy load, right, whatever's going to be out here, it's all going to be LED lighting. Not a big deal, but just for the sake of Tekken, it's better that way. And that way, whatever load there is not going through the Shabbos clock, but rather it's going through the contactor, which means that all the components last just that much longer. And of course, we have an outlet out here. There was an outlet to begin with. Throwing out garbage. There's an outlet here in case anyone needs to use an outlet. And that's our luach, right? So what do? We follow it down here through the pipe. Cut a little hole in the corner there. Follow it right. They ran a water pipe along, so we had to kind of compete with that. Run that under here, in the corner, and over to here. I haven't cleaned up yet, so you'll forgive me. Excuse me, for now it's in a junction box. We don't exactly know what the lighting is going to look like, but the client just wanted to be able to set up the infrastructure so he can start the project and back whenever he wants. And then once we have it in a junction box, once the power's over here, then we can come up over here, we can come up over here, we can do whatever we want. The chashmal, the electricity, is in the neighborhood. It is safe in a waterproof box that is stuck to the wall. Okay, it's not going anywhere. And we have our power at the source. All safe, new connectors, etc., etc. And that's all for today. Thanks so much.